D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinion, or you can just watch this video and, because I break them down. I just want to say before I get started that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithms, and small channels like myself usually get pushed to the back of the line. And I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. Also, I ask that you do this for any small YouTuber that you may like and all that. So let's get started on these 3 stories. So for my first story, it looks like Keanu Reeves has been offered the role of Kraven the Hunter in the Solo movie for Sony Pictures. Now, I have to say personally, I love Keanu Reeves. I think that he's just such a great guy. He's so personable. He seems like such a good person, and I wish him nothing but all the best and everything. Plus, I think, he's not the best actor in the world, but he's a good actor and everything. I don't know how I feel about this role for him. Now, it was reported that he was just offered the role of Kraven the Hunter, but it hasn't been confirmed that he's taken the offer as Kraven the Hunter. Now, this movie is going to be directed by J.C. Chandor. I don't really know his work all that well. But good for him that he got this directorial job. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this news. Like I said before, I don't know if this is the best role for him. And like I said, I like Keanu Reeves and I like Kraven the Hunter, the character. But I don't know if this is a good fit for Keanu Reeves. And I don't know if this is, I don't know if he, really, I think he deserves a better character to play in the MCU / the Spider-Man universe. I think that I think he will say no to this, and I think he should say no to this, just because I just don't think that this movie is going to be kind of like the Venom movie. And don't get me wrong, I liked the Venom movie. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was fun. I thought that the one complaint I have about that movie is, well, the third act, and there was no Spider-Man. That's the problem with these movies over at Sony. There's no Spider-Man. And I'm tired of seeing these movies with where you got the villain that's like become the anti-hero and no hero. And it's like, no, I want to see full-on villain. That's what this movie, I don't want to see an anti-hero Kraven the Hunter, because he is a bad guy. And if you don't know anything about Kraven the Hunter, short version, him and his brother, which was the chameleon, they're like Russian or whatever, and they're like these Russian aristocrats, and they lose all their money and everything. And so Kraven the Hunter is trying to get it back, and he's basically like a big game hunter / whatever. And he gets this, he takes this serum from this African voodoo priest or whatnot, and he drinks it or whatnot, and it gives him enhanced strength and abilities and everything. And he doesn't use a gun when he's hunting, except for when he comes across Spider-Man. He eventually does have to use a gun because Spider-Man's just too good. And that's it broken down. Now, Ryan Coogler was originally wanted to use Kraven the Hunter in Black Panther #1. And I thought that was such an interesting concept, because he wanted to talk about like how in Africa with game hunting and everything. And he wanted to bring that kind of story into Black Panther and have an overall, kind of this commentary on that in the real world. And I thought that was very interesting and very smart. And I still hope he gets to do it. Maybe not in Black Panther 2, but maybe in Black Panther 3. We'll see. But Sony owns the rights to that, and I'm pretty sure Marvel doesn't want to give them, the money for that, because Black Panther made $1 billion. But like I said, I really want this to be a full-on villain story, and I don't think that they're going to do that. So I think maybe some better offers for this would maybe be Jeffrey Dean Morgan, or Jason Momoa, or even Henry Cavill. I think any one of those three would be maybe a better fit for this, just because I think that I just don't think they're going to go full on villain, which they should. And I don't think this is a good fit for Keanu Reeves. I mean, granted, what do I know? But I just really wish that he had been offered a better character, and maybe he could play Kraven the Hunter in the Marvel universe in the MCU, but not in the Sony Spider-Man villain verse. I don't know what that's called. So that's my first story of the day. So for my second story of the day, it looks like they're gonna be redoing The Wizard of Oz. Now, this is based off L. Frank Baum's book, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. I just have to say, I love that book. I always thought it was a great book. I do like the movie. I like the book better, but I think that a lot of people just know the movie, and that's fine. It's totally cool. It's just I personally think the book is like really good. So this is going to be directed by Nicole Kassell. Now, she's directed several of the episodes of the Watchmen TV series on HBO Max, or on HBO. Now, she also, and that includes the pilot. She directed the pilot. Now, I thought Watchmen it was pretty good. I liked a lot about it. There was some stuff I didn't like about it, but whatever, it's fine. It's done and over with. And I think that they're talking about they're calling this a reimagined Wizard of Oz, and I don't know if I'm into that. I'm definitely with Nicole Kassell with working on Watchmen. I'm pretty sure this will be a more woke, with identity politics and everything, with this kind of Wizard of Oz and storytelling and everything. I think that it'll be more inclusive, but I think that with it, I just think it'll be The Wiz, but more modern. And I think that, like I said, it'll have a lot of identity politics involved into it. So I don't know how I feel about this. I do think that it will not resemble the book, or maybe story-wise, but not very much. I mean, they might do the ruby red slippers still, even though that's not in the book. I don't know how. I hope that they do more of the book and less of the 1939 movie, which is a great movie. That movie is so good. I love that movie, but I hope that this movie resembles more of the book, but I have a feeling that it won't, and that it will just be, turned into this modern woke identity politics kind of movie. And I don't know how they would. I don't know how they would do that, but hey, people mess with stuff all the time. So that's my second story of the day. So for my last story of the week it looks like Pedro Pascal has been cast as Joel in The Last of Us, a series for HBO Max. Now, he's I don't know if he's still doing The Mandalorian. They said he is. I'll get into that in a minute in this thing. And like I said before, it will air on HBO Max. Now, Deadline broke this story during this week, and they broke it on the eve of Disney's investor day call. And in the article, they said at first that he could be returning to The Mandalorian, but they ended up changing it to he will. And that makes me think, because there's been a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with Pedro Pascal and The Mandalorian. Apparently, he's difficult on set. And there's been a lot of stuff of season 3 has not been, they haven't started filming, and there hasn't been anything as far as I don't know if season 3 is going to happen, but we'll see. We'll see. But I don't think he will return, and I don't think if season 3 of The Mandalorian happens, it won't be with Pedro Pascal. And if it does, I think that it'll just be he'll do the voiceover work, and somebody will just do the physical stuff. Like he won't be on set. He's just going to go into a studio and talk like this into a microphone. So it also said in that article that Pedro Pascal became available for a new series. So that makes me think he's not going to be in The Mandalorian season 3 or anymore. I mean, maybe he'll do season 4. I don't know. Maybe he'll just skip a season, but they are doing Boba Fett first. So maybe he'll come back after he films this. I don't know how they're going to do it. And you know what? We'll see. We'll see. In Favreau, I trust. Strange for someone to be a star of 2 shows at the same time. I don't think it's ever been done before. And if it has, I've never heard of it. It just seems weird. I think that the filming schedule might be too much. I don't know. We'll see. Now, I really don't know too much about The Last of Us. I don't play video games. I kind of know the storyline. It's about a guy, gets this girl who's not his daughter, but he kind of plays the dad figure with her. And I guess there's zombies involved. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know the game because I don't play video games. So The Last of Us 2 has divided fans of the game. Just so I wonder how close it will stick to the main story. Obviously, they'll have to change stuff for the show just because I think that you'll want to add something different. Because if not, why would you watch this show? You would just go and watch the cutscenes from the video game on YouTube or somewhere, or just play the game and everything. I think that it'll be interesting to see what they add and what they do differently compared to the video game. So that is my third and final story of the day. So tell me, what do you guys think about this? How do you feel about Keanu Reeves being offered the role as Kraven the Hunter? Is this something that you want to see? Do you want to see a Kraven the Hunter movie even? I mean, nobody asked for this, and I don't think anybody wants it. But I mean, it will be interesting to see how they play it. I mean, kind of. I don't know. I'm not interested in this, although I will watch it because it's a comic book movie, and I do like Kraven the Hunter as a character. I just don't think Keanu Reeves should take it, and I don't think they should make this movie, but I don't think Keanu Reeves should take it. He should be like, what else do you got for me? But if he does, good for him. I'll watch him in it and everything. And if he does a good job, if the movie's good, I'll praise him and the movie for it. But let's see how that turns out. How do you guys feel about Nicole Kassell directing a remake of Wizard of Oz? Do you think, like me, it'll be like kind of woke-ish and be very identity politics, kind of like Watchmen was? It had a lot of division among fans that watched it and everything. Or do you think that they'll stick to the story of the book and try to do a more modern take of what the book was trying to do? Or do you think they'll just kind of do what the 1939 movie did? And what are your thoughts on that? And then how do you feel about Pedro Pascal being Joel in The Last of Us? Are you like me and you don't play video games? But I mean, I'll probably watch this. I just don't know if I'm just not like, oh, I'm not invested like some people are. Some people love The Last of Us, and I think that they're really very hyped up for this. I just personally like I said, I'll probably watch it, but I'm not excited right now. As far as Pedro Pascal goes, I think he's a good actor. I think that he can be a little divisive sometimes when it comes to social media, but whatever. I usually separate the art from the artist, so I don't whatever he does off screen, I don't contribute that to his on-screen stuff. So I'll probably still watch. Like I said, I'll probably watch this. I'm just, like I said, right now I'm just not invested in it / crazy interested. So those are my 3 stories. That's everything right there. So tell me, how do you guys feel about this? Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my weekend review. You guys have a good week. Bye. Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that geek what icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my weekend review.